Hey, what's going on, guys? So, quick disclaimer, I just want to let you guys know everything that you guys see in this video, use it as a tool, right? If you guys are going on your mentor's truck, respect them to the fullest, you know. A lot of the mentors actually know way more than me. I'm only a guy with a YouTube channel, right, that can kind of portray a lot of it to you, but there's a lot of really great mentors. So all I want to say is when you are with your mentor, respect your mentor. Do not tell him, you know, Warfare Elite said to do it this way. None of that. This is just a tool. If you didn't learn it, use this to help you when you get solo, things like that. But when you are with your mentor, please soak up all the information he has to teach you. Do it his way, and respect him in that regards.
We are live in 3, 2, 1.
Alright guys, so in this video I'm going to be showing you a couple of things that you're going to be needing to not just solo up, but things that you should know once you are by yourself. So ask for permission. I can't just give you all the answers. I can't just, you know, show you the courses and how you're going to back and how you're going to make these turns throughout the street. I can't do that. But what I can do is I can tell you some information that you should know that I've already put in the previous videos, stuff that I'll put in later videos. And this kind of covers some stuff that you should know for your solo out and things you should definitely know when you do, you know, get out on your own and stuff like that too. So hopefully you guys enjoy. Hopefully this video will be able to help you maybe get better at your solo out. Hopefully refresh a couple of things. And yeah, so best of luck. Hopefully you guys like this video. Alright guys, so there's going to be a couple of things that you guys are going to have to know when you solo out. So this isn't really just pertinent to main trucking or anything. This is kind of to every single driver. So for hours of service rules, right? So there's 4 different clocks that you have. For your 8-hour clock, it is basically saying as soon as you start an on-duty status, you have to take a 30-minute break before the 8 hours is up. For your 11-hour clock, it is saying that you can only drive in 11 hours in a 14-hour period. For your 14-hour clock, so when you very first start your day, when you very first start your pre-trip, from that point, 14 hours on, you can no longer drive after that 14 hours is up. So you have 14 hours to work, whether it be on duty, driving, off duty, sleeper berth, no matter the duty status. Just after that 14 hours is up, you can no longer drive anymore. You have your 70-hour clock, and your 70-hour clock is your on duty and drive time that you have available in an 8-day period. For all these clocks, they only have to do with driving. So if you go past 8 hours but you're not driving, it's not a violation. 11 hours drive time, you can only drive 11 hours. If you drive more than 11 hours, it's a violation. 14-hour clock, if you go on duty, off duty, sleeper berth, whatever, past that 14 hours, as long as you're not driving, it's not a violation. Same thing for your 70-hour clock. All of them pertain to driving. After that 70 hours is up in an 8-day period, you cannot drive anymore after that 70 hours is up. There are recaps, which you get back. I have another video explaining that. You are going to have to know what recaps are. It's the hours that you get back 8 days. You're going to have to know how to reset your clocks. So in order to reset your 8-hour clock, you're going to have to take a 30-minute break. In order to reset your 11 and 14-hour clocks, you're going to have to take a 10-hour break. In order to reset your 70-hour clock, you're going to have to take a 34-hour reset, which is 34 hours, whether it be sleeper berth or off-duty, combination of both. Doesn't matter, you just cannot be working for 34 hours, so no duty statuses, no on-duty, no driving for a 34-hour period. For your 11 and 14-hour clocks, you can also take an 8-2 split. So what an 8-2 split is when you go into sleeper berth for 8 consecutive hours. When you come out of sleeper berth, you're going to be able to run what's remaining on your 11 and 14-hour clocks from when you first went into sleeper berth. For example, you drive 5 hours in a day, you want to take an 8-2 split, you'll go into sleeper berth for 8 hours, you'll be able to drive the 6 remaining drive hours, come out of sleeper berth, drive that, take a 2-hour break, and that will complete your 8-2 split. Duty statuses. So you have 4 different duty statuses: off duty, sleeper berth, on duty, and driving. Your working duty statuses are of course going to be on duty or on duty driving. Your off duty statuses are going to be off duty and sleeper berth. So how do you use each of these duty statuses? Basically, if you're resting, you should either be in sleeper berth or off duty. If you're outside your truck, you should be off duty. If you're inside of your truck, you should be in sleeper berth. So driving, self-explanatory. Anytime you're driving, you should be in drive. The truck automatically kicks you into drive yourself, so you can't actually select drive. The truck will do it for you anytime you're above 5 miles an hour. Duty status. So anytime you're doing your pre-trip, post-trip, fueling, if you have to go inside and take a urine test or anything like that, if you break down on the side of the road, if you're still on the interstate, you still got to be on duty. So on duty status is basically whenever you're still working. Really quick, anytime we are outside of our truck doing like a rest break, a 10-hour break, 34-hour reset, we should be off duty. Anytime we're inside of our truck resting for our 10-hour, 34-hour reset, we should be sleeper berth. Anytime we're doing any type of work related, anything that's not driving, we should be on duty. Anytime we're driving, we should be driving. If we're at a shipper or receiver outside of our truck, should be on duty. If we're inside of our truck getting loaded or unloaded, we can be on sleeper berth. Let's show you guys a reefer inspection. Alright guys, so this is going to be for a reefer inspection. So when you open up the reefer, there's going to be a couple of things that you're going to want to know. There's 3 belts. There's 1, 2, and the third one's right in there for your alternator belt. Alright, this is going to be the primer right here. What you do is you kind of unscrew that and pump it up. We use that if we ever run out of fuel. This is your dipstick. And you open up the side door, you should be able to see the coolant up there. Alright, so to turn on the reefer, we're just going to walk up and flip on that on switch. Open up the little hood so we can play around with it. Alright, so the temperature on the left is the current temperature inside the box. The one on the right is what you want it set to. So we use the up and down arrows to set it. You have to hit that equal sign if you want the temperature to be set at that. If you just put it down to -14 example, it won't lock in unless you hit that equal sign. Cool. If there's any alarms, they'll show up right there up top. And make sure you hit that alarm button, you'll be able to clear it. Green means everything's good. This light comes on, it'll be white. That's if you're currently inflating one of your tires. If it stays on for more than 10 minutes, you might have a leak. Alright, so this one, you could change stop, start, and continuous just by hitting that button once. You don't gotta hit the equal sign, just hit it once. We can bring up our menu, do a pre-trip on it. And to start the pre-trip, you would have to hit that equal sign to start the pre-trip. And then it's going to run it through its little statuses. Once it's at 100%, the pre-trip will be completed and you can see the results. I'm not going to let it run through because this is just a random trailer in the yard. So now the alarms. So alarm will go off. Once the alarm's on, it will turn from green to amber. Means there's something wrong. Alright, and to check the hour meters, you go to menu, hour meters, and you want that very bottom number. Total run hours at 1287. We use that for when we're fueling. Trailer registration will be on the side next to the landing gear. If you have a dry van, it will be on the front of the dry van. Alright, and that's where you check for fuel at. You want to come around the side. You check this tire sticker number. That just shows you the month it was last inspected. So it's 6 will be June, and it shows you when the last time the tires were inspected. Alright, so now we're going to be going over your Qualcomm. So right here in your status, it'll show you your current status, whether it be on duty, off duty, how long you've been on it. Summary shows you more of a visual of your clocks. Graph will actually show you, just like a paper log, every single duty status you're in. Day log just kind of updates you 8 days. You can see your driving on duty times. This is actually where you'll fax and email it. If a DOT officer asks, it'll be in your 8-day logs. Certify, we have to certify our logs every single day. And load tab. Load tab makes us legal with DOT. We have to fill out one of these load tabs every single load we do. Alright, so right here on our tab, you'll actually be able to see your recaps here. We just took a 34-hour reset, so it's not going to show our hours to be gained. but you'll see that right there, as well as your last qualified 34-hour reset. You'll also be able to see what your recaps are getting on the very bottom. Like I said, since we just took a 34-hour reset, we wouldn't be able to see them. We don't have any. Alright, to know what these buttons kind of do. So home takes you home. That speech button will actually speak to you. If you actually hold it down for 30 seconds, it will do a soft reset if your Qualcomm ever freezes. And these buttons are pretty self-explanatory, right? Home, volume, back, up, down, left, right, middle button's enter. There's 3 lights up here. So the very first one, it'll light up green with the message box. It means you got a new message. Middle one's amber, it means there's no signal to the Qualcomm. And the left one's like a red hazard. It means that you just had a critical event, whether you broke too hard, took a turn too fast, anything like that. So one of the very most important things you're gonna have to know if you want to get more miles is, kind of updating your ETA PTAs, so that the planners have more time to just, get you more loads. So this is the format that we use to put in our ETA PTAs. So first we put in our ETA, date, time of whenever we deliver, or whether we're powering to a yard or whatever. So ETA, date, time. Then you'll go down a row, you'll do PTA, date, time, and usually you want to give yourself about 2 hours for them to unload you if it's a live unload. Drop and hooks, it's going to kind of depend on you, how long you take to drop and hook a trailer, whatever you think. So live unload's about 2 hours, drop and hooks maybe a half hour, an hour, whatever you feel comfortable with. And at the very bottom, it's going to be hours available that you will be willing to run the rest of that day. So for instance, if you ran 5 hours, you'll still have 6 hours available driving. Alright, so every single morning you're actually going to have to do a next fuel stop. So you just hit your macro 11 and you're going to be filling these out every single morning. Just tell them what your fuel levels are so your DM can send you fuel accordingly. But right now I just want to show you a directions request. Put S, C, or B for a shipper, consignee, or both up top. I'm putting S real quick for shippers so I can show you something as well. This middle box here will be for a customer code. So anywhere that's not our shipper, consignee, or stop, whether we want to go to a yard or something like that, we'll put that code there. And the bottom is for a pre-plan. I want to talk to you real quick about routing. So there's a difference between routing and directions. Routing is going to be the major highways, byways. Directions is going to be your turn-by-turn directions. So to kind of connect these, I want to show you this routing and a directions request. So right now it has 15 south to 215 to the 80. So these directions are going to say from the 80 west, take exit 99 for highway 36. So that's how you kind of connect your routing to your directions. So your directions will always start from that major interstate, highway, byway, whatever, from your routing. And then you'll follow the turn-by-turns like that. I like to write them on my windshield with the dry erase. Alright guys, so we're going to be showing you how to set up for backs. So the most important part is going to be your setup, right? There's 3 different backs you can do, a 90, a 45, and a straight back. Straight backs are probably going to be the easiest, 45s will be the next easiest, 90s will probably be the toughest. So we're going to be showing you a 91, right? So you want to go past your hole and turn it left. As you start backing, you want to go hard right so you can see half your landing gear. Put your wheels straight and you're just going to guide it into the hole. If you need to tighten it down, if you want to come closer to the trailer that's next to you, you'll turn your wheels right. If you want to loosen it up, you'll turn your wheels left and start catching up to it. So righty tighty, lefty loosey. Alright, this is going to be your threshold. You want to make sure that you get out and look every single time. Your threshold is going to be your point of entry in between 2 different objects, whether it be trailers, tractors, whatever. You always want to make sure you get out and look, and you'll just back it straight in. So once again, here's our hole. For your 90, you want to pull forward past your hole completely. As you're going forward, start giving a little bit of left. As you start backing up, start giving it right. Put your wheels straight and guide it in. Alright guys, so we're going to be talking about weight distribution now. So you are allowed 12,350 pounds on your steers, 34,000 on your drives, and 34,000 on your tandems, for a gross of 80,000 total. So Here's one of the loads that I just had. Even though we are completely legal, it's still better to slide your tandems even in this scenario, because you're going to want your drives and your tandems to be even. It just makes for a better run. It makes it easier to pull your trailer. So each hole that you slide will be 350 pounds. So if we slide 2 holes, it'll be 700 pounds more on the drives, and you're going to be taking 700 pounds off of the tandems. So if you pull forward in your tractor, that slides the tandems back and puts more weight on your drives. So if we're going to slide 2 holes, we're going to take 700 pounds off of our tandems and put more weight on our drives. So pull forward in our tractor, slide the tandems back, puts more weight on our drives. If we do the opposite, if you put it in the reverse, that slides the tandems forward and puts more weight on the tandems instead of the drives. Alright guys, so this is how we're going to slide a 5th wheel. Alright, so when we slide our 5th wheel, we want to make sure that both of our brakes are pulled, both our tractor and our trailer. We're going to come down to the landing gear and we're going to lower this landing gear down. So just how we normally drop it for a load, but we're going to give it a couple extra cranks and you'll be able to hear the air leaking out of the drives. That's how you know you cranked it down far enough. There you should be able to hear it now. Cool. So once you cranked it down, you're going to go inside, you're going to lower your airbags. And then you're going to hit your 5th wheel air slide. That should knock out the pin. So we'll go back here and look at it. See the pin pushed in. It was in hole number 3. It's inside right now. So there's only a couple holes that you can go in. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It won't lock into holes 1 or 6. So we only have 2, 3, 4, and 5 to be able to slide them on. Right now we're in hole 3. We're going to want to slide it back. So we're going to pull forward, that'll slide it back, and we're only going to pull forward just enough to see one of these lug nuts move. There it goes. We'll stop, lock in our air slide so the pin wants to come out, and we're going to so that it locks it in. Alright, so we're going to double check. So we pulled forward, pulled it back. So we started in hole 3, now we're in hole 4. Cool. So now we're just going to try to extend it right back to hole number 3. So what we're going to do now is we're going to reverse so that the 5th wheel goes forward. Okay, so we're going to be backing up in reverse. Watch that lug nut. As soon as it moves, we'll stop. Stop. Push in our pin. And we're going to back up on it just to make sure it locks in. Make sure it's locked in. Hole 3, perfect. And our 5th wheel, that's how we slide our 5th wheel. So hopefully this video helped you in some way. Like I said in the disclaimer, respect your mentors. Just because I do it a certain way doesn't mean that your mentor is going to teach it to you a certain way. So be an open book and be ready to learn when you are with their truck. This wasn't everything that I was able to show you. There's a lot of other things that you are going to have to know once you get solo. You're going to have to know how to read an atlas. Have like backing stuff. I only showed you a 90. There's 45, there's straight backs. Straight backs you'll use when you have more room for it. 45s when you don't have enough room. 90s when it's tight. So I figured if I show you the 90, if I show you how to do it when it's tight, it'll be easier for you. So anyways, more that goes into actually soloing out and stuff, but these are some really good things that you should know when you do come to solo out. Like I said, I couldn't just give you all the answers, but like I said, hopefully this helps. It should give you a leg up at least when you are coming in here. If you're doing the course, make sure you guys are staying left. I'm trying to think of any other tips I could give you. Definitely gonna have to know life of the load. Life of the load, page 7 in your blue book. Study it, learn it, word for word, piece by piece. Gonna have to do a load tab every single one. Remember those 3 L's in your load call. Loaded call, live loaded call, and hours of service load tab. Probably the most important things you guys are gonna have to learn is going to be your life of the load. So please study that. Your ETAs and PTAs are really important for you guys to keep going, keep getting loads, and keep getting miles. So if you are having an issue getting miles, make those ETAs, PTAs a little bit better. Send them out further in advance. You know, if you got a load that takes 3-4 days, send those on the first day so that you have more time for these planners to be able to send you these loads, because it's not your DM. Like, you can't get mad at your DM for not getting your loads. It's the planners, logistics. They're the ones that come up with pre-plans for you guys. So that's it for me. Much love. God bless you guys. I'm sorry this video was so long, but it took me a couple days to make it. I really hope that this is a really important video that would be able to help you guys if you guys are coming into solo out, or if you guys already did solo out, you guys are having trouble on your own over the road. If you guys ever have any questions, my inbox is always going to be open for you guys. You guys can add me on Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter. Leave a comment here in these YouTube videos and stuff, and I'll definitely respond to you guys. I respond to all my comments. So you know the deal. Subscribe, like, share. If you know any other May drivers, please share this with them, because it may not help you, but it probably will help somebody else too. So much love. God bless you guys. I'll see you guys in the next video. Let's go.